Here we are at Clothesline, the show where we wash them clean, wring them up and put them to dry on the clothesline. This past week, the whole nation was in a celebratory mood as it was Diwali. And there was a Diwali message from overseas.
On behalf of the American people, I want to extend my warmest wishes for Diwali to all who celebrate this auspicious holiday. Its significance is laid out in the Sanskrit verse, "Lead us from falsehood to truth, from darkness to light," as families and communities gather to rejoice and reflect over great food and delicious mithai. And Michelle and I wish you a happy Diwali and Saal Mubarak.
Lovely message that was. And here is our eloquent Manmohanji's emotional Diwali message. It was so deep, so sincere, and so elegantly quiet. But that is a disconnect because India is not elegantly quiet ever. और दिवाली के शुभ अवसर पर छुट्टी सबने मनाई. The result of this mass छुट्टी by reporters and anchors was that stories that would never ever make it on air normally lit up our screens.
I think Diwali is a time when all the family members get together and they like enjoy, have fun.
Bache, some basics here. Place the mic in front of the guy who's actually speaking, not in front of the woman who's quiet and just watching.
I come to you from the home of the Murtis in Chennai and look at the collection of their homemade sweets, the fruits they've offered to God. You have the traditional laddu, the adrasam, the muruku, the tattuvarai, the ribbon bakora, and there is a special legium kajori which actually helps in digestion.
NDTV, if everyone was on chutti, you could have replaced it with tele-shopping and made some money for a change. Or you could have gone the Aaj Tak way, horoscope never fails. Or something that I personally love, old songs total recall. NDTV showed us what people were eating. Big news. IBN went one better with tips on mithai shopping. Brr.
Wait for it, ladies and gentlemen. Here it goes into my mouth. The best doodh jalebi in entire Delhi. Hi, malai.
Eesh. I hope it tastes better than it looks.
This jalebi bai has been twisting out juicy jalebis at Makhanlal Tikaram for the last 20 years.
Here is Nigella meets Ravinder's kitchen meets WTF. Wow, CNN IBN. That truly is putting truth over hype. If NDTV's and IBN's Diwali coverage wasn't cracker enough, here's India TV's slightly more political coverage.
नरेंद्र मोदी जो आजकल बिहार में नीतीश पर बरस रहे हैं, इलाहाबाद के बाजार में उनके पटाखों की धूम भी कम नहीं है. लेकिन इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि राहुल उनसे पीछे हैं. राहुल का अनार भी आसमान पर छाने को बेताब नजर आ रहा है. राहुल और मोदी के पटाखों के बीच जरा आडवाणी रॉकेट पर भी नजर डाल लीजिए.
Firecrackers named after our politicians. What an original and great idea. It hasn't been done before, except on every Diwali by every channel. We imagine Modi's crackers are really loud, while Rahul's aren't very bright. And then the Indian Mujahideens don't explode. Which brings us to children at Shivakasi being more efficient at their jobs than the Indian Mujahideen.
मोदी के नाम पे खरीद कर ले जा रहे हैं और इसमें धूम मोदी के पटाखा के बाकी सब खुश हैं तो हमको लगता है कि यही पटाखा सबसे ज्यादा चलेगा सबसे बढ़िया रोशनी देगी.
Diwali brings out the best in all of us. NDTV, from having trashed Modi mercilessly for years, seems to be overcompensating now. It's too late, baby. You're already on his blacklist.
In the midst of gulab jamuns and naan khatai this Diwali, a new flavor is popping up in a food chain across America. Modi Magic, a namkeen mix inspired by Narendra Modi.
Really? This is on NDTV?
चालू किया है मोदी मैजिक एंड नंबर 1 इज राइट नाउ एंड एवरीबॉडी कस्टमर इज हैप्पी.
मोदी मैजिक फीवर भी चलेगा और अभी ये इंडिया का जो इलेक्शन आ रहा है उसमें भी ये मैजिक चलने वाला है.
इसका नाम ही ऐसा है कि मोदी जी जो काम करते हैं उसको मैं हर बार दिखता हूँ, फॉलो करता हूँ और उनकी जो प्रोग्रेस की, डेवलपमेंट की जो बातें होती है वो बहुत प्रोग्रेसिव है और इंडिया की यंग जनरेशन के लिए वो बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहा है.
Really, NDTV?
As for the taste test, the real million-dollar question, Modi Magic is certainly spicy, much like the man's politics.
And like most NDTV stories, this is full of fluff. So NDTV, what next? A segment on Rahul's Rasgullas?
Or Rabris?
Or Lalu's Laddus?
Or Harshvardhan's Halwa?
Stop! This bad idea syndrome is rubbing off. Quiet. There were also some explosions of a more serious nature. The blasts at Narendra Modi's rally in Bihar. While the blast had us worried for the safety of the people at the rally, this footage had us worried for the people responsible for the safety of the people at the rally. With sticks, such high-tech security, Modi supporters were outraged at the blast and blamed the Bihar government and the centre. But RPN Singh was having none of it.
The ex-Prime Minister of this country, Shri Rajiv Gandhi, the maximum threat perception he had, the BJP was in power with the then government at that time, and they provided just a sub-inspector, and he went on to be assassinated.
WTF? That's not politicizing the issue, RPN. That's getting it completely wrong. It was a Congress-backed Chandrasekhar government that was in power, so instead of putting the BJP on the back foot, you shot your own party in the foot. Next time, get your facts straight. Otherwise, you might be reprimanded like this.
I must debate a person who I believe is not telling the truth to his country. So I'm ready to debate him. If he doesn't want to debate me, it's fine.
Either RPN is not a leader, or he's not in Sybil's party, or this is the truth. So while Sybil was on NDTV trashing Narendra Modi for his inaccuracies, NDTV completely ignored RPN's inaccuracy. After all, ghar ki baat, sareaam baat nahi karte. I hope you gave him a dressing down at home, Sonia, since you didn't do it on air. Speaking of giving a dressing down, Arnab decided to step in to calm things down on his show with a high decibel face-off. No, really. The News Hour debate was actually called the High Decibel Face-Off, which is so unusual because usually it's low decibel.
What's not healthy for democracy is the language that all of you are using. On October 15 this year, speaking to Times Now, Meenakshi Lefredeki refers to Manish Tiwari as a bhopu. Digvijay Singh describes Modi as a megalomaniac, psychopath, liar. Your party uses words like megalomaniac, psychopath, liar, feku, bhasmasur, demon. I'm waiting for an intellectual debate. All I hear are the words from despicable, megalomaniac, psychopathic, liar, pappu, feku, bhopu. And I'm sorry, Mr. Rahul Narvekar. I think the people of this country have a right to ask whether they can expect better from their politicians. Is this not childish? Please respect my intervention.
Everything's going topsy-turvy on Diwali. NDTV being nice to Narendra Modi, non-reporters anchoring stories, and Arnab stepping in to calm things down. What next? Sagarika becoming sensible? Nah, even the most spectacular Diwali miracles can't pull that off. This is what Sagarika tweeted in response to a story by India Today on cyber Hindus, in quotes. Shocking unprofessionalism by India Today so-called journos who write articles on internet Hindus and refuse to mention I coined the term. Ooh, close quote. Arun Bhaiya, how dare you snatch this moment of glory from Sagarika? Madame Curie discovered radium. Stephanie Kwolek discovered the bulletproof material Kevlar. Madame Ghosh invented the term Internet Hindu. Wow! Taliyan! Why stop there? Who invented the term Internet Troll? Who invented secular? Some Internet Hindus must have. Kindly take credit now. In fact, who invented the word invented? Who came up with language? Who invented ROTFL? And who invented my most favorite term, Twitter term, hai? I should be saying thank you as I speak. Sagarika has taught her entire channel the art of taking credit in her subtle manner. IBN, through this story, claimed that their opinion polls were the reason behind the Congress Party's newfound aversion to opinion polls.
Political sparring over banning opinion polls continues. After the Congress, it is the Attorney General who has now recommended that the centre ban opinion polls ahead of elections. The BSP has also written a letter to the Election Commission seeking this ban. All of this coming barely a week after CNN-IBN projected a loss for the Congress in the next Lok Sabha polls and state elections that are to be held in December.
Luckily for the Congress Party, the ever-opinionated Abhishek Manu Singhvi was on hand to refute CNN-IBN's opinion poll.
Supersonic adjectives like momentum shift
yes,
don't create supersonic rockets of votes.
Okay.
I think that itself is an internal contradiction. I am, of course, I am helpless in that I have no counter survey to show you. I have to proceed on your survey. And I am arguing this, as they say, on an assumption.
We tried to follow Mr. Singhvi's argument, but it escaped us at a supersonic speed because we don't know about Jupiter's escape velocity. But it definitely had the escape velocity to break free of reason. Unfortunately for Mr. Singhvi, every other opinion poll also showed a clear momentum shift in favor of the BJP.
बीजेपी को मिल रहे हैं 36% वोट और कांग्रेस उससे कहीं पीछे है, महज 22% वोट्स पर।
NDA has emerged as the largest political bloc with 156 seats, a gain of 24 seats over the formation's tally in 2009.
And while their rivals were busy conducting opinion polls, Headlines today decided to take things up a notch and conduct not an opinion poll but an election. Oh. Unfortunately for the Congress party, the results were even worse for them. Oh, God.
Tonight we get you the results of the India Today election. This has to be amongst the biggest ever online polls ever. 61% of those who polled in the India Today online survey have cast their mandate for the BJP, whereas the Congress comes way low at only 5%.
This must be because of those internet Hindus. That phrase is a trademark of Sagarika Ghosh. She invented it, we give her full credit. Because internet Hindus, that phrase is the trademark of Sagarika Ghosh. She invented it, we give her full credit. Are so overwhelmingly loud on Twitter and Facebook that it's hard to have a sensible discussion with an internet Hindu. Again, that phrase is the trademark of Sagarika Ghosh. She invented it, we give her full credit. Clearly, Sagarika, you're living on another planet. But don't worry, India just launched a space probe, so maybe you can hitch a ride back down to Earth. NDTV had the most comprehensive coverage of this launch. And if you watch this story, there's no need for us to satirize it. The story itself is pure satire, unintentional, of course. This was a special report prepared by their science editor and in-house chef baker Pallava Bagla. That truly was the mother of all anticlimaxes. We were expecting astronauts and science. Instead, we got the penguin from Batman in a chef's hat, surrounded by people wearing shower caps. And then he did this.
You can smell it. It smells very nice. It smells of India.
What is the smell of India? Let me take you to a rendezvous of smells. Rendezvous being our chef-cum-baker's favorite word, and his other favorite word being mysterious Mars. The smell of achar and parathas, which is on any flight that has Indian aunties or uncles, or is it the smell of urine, which every government office reeks of, except perhaps Montague's, which has a very expensive loo, or is it the smell of sweat and ghee and agarbatti, or is it the smell of our Indian soil and achar, or the smell of cow dung and achar?
Rendezvous, 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 rendezvousing with the red planet.
And we suggest, chef, come baker, come scientist, come NDTV reporter, how about a rendezvous with a thesaurus and get a few new words for rendezvous and mysterious?
What is exciting the global community the most is this less than 3 kilogram instrument called the methane sensor for Mars. This is the first dedicated methane gas sensor being orbited around Mars. The presence of methane, also called marsh gas, could be a clinching signature of the presence of life on Mars.
Why do we have to spend 450 precious crores to rendezvous with mysterious Mars to look for methane gas? With all the vegetarians in India, including me, and all the cows, including me, there's enough methane gas right here in India. And with all this talk of methane gas, is it any wonder that this story stinks? And while India moved forward, I think, Egypt moved, well, you take a guess. Egyptian TV channel CBC suspended satirist Bassem Youssef's show because he mocked Egypt's widespread pro-army sentiment.
Despite his popularity, comedian Bassem Youssef has lost his spot on television after satirizing the Egyptian military.
Egypt's public prosecutor ordered an investigation.
And we thought satire and mocking those in power was dangerous in India. Hope our Desi satirists realize how good they've got it here. Before we wrap for this week, dear viewers, we've got some free news for you. We've opened up our payment gateway. Now you can support News Laundry and subscribe to our newsletter. Just log on, click on the subscribe button and follow the instructions. आपको free news चाहिए तो थोड़ा सा पैसा तो देना बनता है ना?
Please यार.
We've also got a brand new show called News Laundry Light. It's sharp with a twist and you can always add a dash of lime. So get onto our YouTube channel, check it out. That's a wrap for the week. If you have any moments from journalism that made you go, oh wow or oh crap, write into us or tweet to us. We are the change. You are the change, for better or worse. Never do nothing. Stay connected. Stay online.